the client is that let's say there are hundreds of computers. Let's say there are hundreds of computers, and how we can tell all those hundreds of computers to utilize this public key is via policy. So we can publish a policy to all these computers operating system, telling the policy that for any kind of encryption, HTTPS traffic, you need to use a specific certificate that is of the detection device. Okay, and in that certificate there will be a public key and all that you need to utilize to kind of encrypt any kind of traffic. So you can kind of push that thing to all those computers. Like say there are hundreds and thousands of computers, so you can push a policy setting, and that policy setting will make those things into action in the operating system. That's a Windows or Mac or Linux. Okay, so that's how the thing is actually done in a company wide network. Okay, so any other question? So let's see this one. Let's see this browser, the Chromium browser, is actually pre-configured with that keys. Okay, so in similar manner, let's treat this burp suit as the detection device. Okay, and let's treat this browser as the browser of the client. Okay, so client doesn't needs to see anything over here. They are not even knowing that there is a proxy in place. Okay, this is how the thing will happen in real scenario. They will not see anything, and they will visit google.com and they will see all the data. They will see all the data automatically. Okay, so they will see all it. But how this is being done? Via the policy. So let's see if we can see that thing. So if I go to settings, so let it open. Okay, settings, and if I go here and search for proxy, open, it says open computer proxy settings. It's a little bit slow, but I think it should work. So in this proxy, actually, we can see that, okay, most probably the values will be already set up. Like what's the proxy? So over here in the Bubsuit, you see the proxy is running. The proxy is running over. I just go to this proxy tab. I'll just intercept is off. Okay. And if I go to the settings, over here, I go to the proxy settings. It will say that the proxy is listening over 127.0.1:8080. So this is the proxy server of the. So what is happening is this Chromium is actually already set up to utilize that proxy, and I'm not seeing that over here. But if I go to certificate, certificates, let me see. So I think the Bubsuit has done some few other changes which I am not able to see. But one of the best way to do that is actually do a manual setup. So let's say I close this file. I close this Chromium browser. And let's say I close this even this one. What I will do is that let's say I will go to the activities, and let's say rather than Chromium browser, I want to let's say I want to tap on the traffic of any other browser. Let's say Firefox. So how I can do that is let it open it, and I'll quickly kind of show you the example in a lab environment. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So now thing is that what we can do is that if you go to this one. So now let's say this time, this is the way where like this is the stage where Firefox is actually not traversing the traffic over. So let's say I visit facebook.com. Thing is that the facebook.com will not be shown up over here. Like in the HTTP history, if I go, I won't see facebook.com because this Firefox browser is not configured to use that Bubsuit tool. Now, how you can configure is you need to just click on these 3 lines. Okay. Once you have clicked that, thing is that you need to go to the settings, and once you go over there, what you need to do is, let's say I search for proxy. This is the settings. I go to the settings, and over here I will just say 127.0.0.1 and the port number. So let's say what's the port number. So the port number was, the proxy setting was 8080. So I'll again go back, settings. So I'll go for manual proxy. So thing is that when you push something by a policy, so thing is that this will be selected. Use system proxy setting automatically. Okay. So this system proxy via the policy that you have pushed to the employee will already use that specific URL of the proxy device. But here I am setting that manually for you. So I will do 127.0.0.1 and I will put the port number. What was that in the box? So it's 8080. Okay. And I will say that also use this proxy for HTTPS traffic. Okay. So I'll do that and then I click OK. And this time, if I go and visit facebook.com, what you will see that it is telling me that your connection is not secure because it has detected that I am not visiting the facebook.com directly, but I am visiting it by a proxy, and then there was certain kind of issue with the certificate. Okay, so it is not allowing me to do that. But the thing is that how we can again. So if you go now to the, if you now again go to this one, let's see if this Firefox, this is this Facebook. So if you see now, HTTP Firefox. So now you see the proxy is in place and we are able to see the HTTP traffic that went out. Okay. But yet we have not seen the Facebook thing. Okay. So now let's do the Facebook stuff. So what we can do is now we need to install the certificate. Okay. So we need to install the certificate on the browser, on this Firefox browser, so that it doesn't, so that it uses the same thing which I told over here. This is the public key of the decryption device. That is a proxy, that is a buffer, and then give us this kind of an error. So what I can do is that I'll just go to the buffer. I'll just go to this browser, and what I will do is I will just say, let's say HTTP colon buffer. Okay, and once I do that, you see, I got a page from the buffer actually, and it tells me to install this certificate, CA certificate. So once I do that, once I click on this uh, certificate will be installed. So let's say I am installing this certificate. So it says that okay, it is via the, it is of Bubsuit tool. It is allocated to Bubsuit, and then we have details of that. Okay, that is allocated to Bubsuit tool and a lot of other details like what's the, if you see the public key. Now you see the public key over here. So this is the public key that I was explaining over here. This one specifically. So this is the public key in that certificate, which was sent out to that computer, which was sent out to my browser. And now, guys, any reason why we can you say why we are why why the burp suit didn't just send out the public key, but rather it is sending out a certificate over here. Why we are seeing as a certificate and we are not seeing a public key directly? Any reason for that? Can you guys tell me? Any reason why? Yeah, gone.
Yes, sir. Actually, whenever we are sharing some like this public key, private key, so we will be mostly sharing them in the certificates because it will be having like public key, it will be having the date, expiry date, the name of the like the CA name, so all that stuff will be embedded. So that is the reason we send it as a as a certificate rather than just sending the single this key.
Okay, so any specific thing that certificate actually help us? Like why we need that certificate? Any specific, any other, like maybe you can think of any other reason? definitely we see that there are a lot of details, but